Sponsored by Jeep, the official vehicle of the Fan Fest, and by Blue Bunny Ice Cream.
You can find out more at CBSNewYork/FanFest.
Friday afternoon, WCBS News Time, 3:21.
Well, if you get an email from the FBI, check it carefully. It's probably a scam, which is exactly what people in Connecticut are finding out the hard way.
Internet scams are getting more sophisticated, and this one's a beaut, says Connecticut Attorney General George Jepsen. There in your mailbox is an email purportedly from the FBI saying child porn has been found on your computer.
If you make a mistake of clicking and opening it up, a virus is released in your computer and locks up your computer, and the only way to unlock it is to pay a so-called fine to the FBI. Of course, it's all bogus.
But Jepsen says a few people in Connecticut have been taken in by it. The Attorney General says not only have they been scammed out of money, but the virus seeks to get other personal information from your computer. The message, says Jepsen, if you see this email, don't open it, delete it. Fran Schneider, WCBS 880 News.
A professor at Bergen Community College will not be fired while he is investigated for tampering with the grades of his granddaughter, as it is alleged. The Board of Trustees instead will be paying Peter Health one-year sabbatical worth $133,000 before he retires next year. The college says that the charges were inconclusive.
WCBS News Time, 3:23.
I'm Peter Greenberg, and this is today's Worldwide Travel Minute. Ask any frequent traveler, and they'll tell you that before you ever rent a car, call your credit card company to find out if they actually cover insurance. But even that little trick comes with the fine print. Adding a liability waiver to a rental car usually tacks on an additional $10 to $20 a day. And if you could avoid that, you're really saving some big money. To activate your credit card's protection, you have to officially decline the supplemental coverage offered by the rental company and use that credit card to pay for the rental. Some cards fare better than others. A recent study from CardHub found that Visa ranked the highest in terms of coverage, followed by Discover, American Express, and then it was MasterCard. So let's look at some of the fine print. MasterCard won't cover accidents that take place on dirt or gravel roads. Both Visa and MasterCard require that the roads be regularly maintained by the government to fall under their protection. Translation, an accident on a country road or a mountain drive could cost you. For more information, visit the Watch and Listen page of CBSNewYork.com. Just click on Audio on Demand.
A recent Harris Interactive poll found that 4 out of 5 Americans are unwilling to buy a home. The reason? They're worried about job loss. But there's good news for union members. With the Union Plus mortgage program provided by Chase, created especially for union members, their parents and children, you can buy or refinance your home with confidence. The Union Plus mortgage program offers $495 savings on closing costs and provides safeguards that help you pay your mortgage when you need it most. Joseph of Utility Workers Local 1-2 was locked out by Con Ed. After 28 years, he had no work, but Union Plus helped him make his mortgage payment. Over 200,000 union members have home mortgages and peace of mind through the Union Plus mortgage program. Call 1-800-720-7190 now, or go to unionplus.org/radio. That's 1-800-720-7190. All home lending products are subject to credit and property approval. Rates, program terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice. Not all products available in all states or for all amounts. Other restrictions and limitations apply. Chase is an equal housing lender.
86 and some sunshine now in New York. WCBS News Time, 3:25.
Time for business news now, sponsored by NYU Langone Medical Center. And here's Ray Hoffman at the Wall Street Journal.
And despite the truly disappointing employment figures for August, just 98,000 new payroll jobs and 28,000 of them were restaurant jobs. The market is holding almost all of yesterday's big gain. The Dow was up 244 yesterday. Right now it's only down 11 points. That's 13,281 on the Dow. The transports are up 30 points. Good technical sign. The S&P is up another 3.5 points. NASDAQ Composite down 2 points. And part of it has to do with just how weak this employment report is, this rally. It's so weak that the Fed is even more likely now to try some sort of stimulus at next week's meeting. In a reference to Fed Chairman Bernanke's nickname, Helicopter Ben, PIMCO's Bill Gross, the world's biggest bond buyer, was on his Twitter account a little while ago saying the Fed's helicopter is set for liftoff. Billions of Fed checks ahead. Then he asked, will it fly? Not like it used to, but the markets will ride comfortably for a while. So tweets Bill Gross. Tell you where they're really betting on some new stimulus from the Fed. In the gold market, highest price there since March, $17.39 an ounce, up $33 today. And in the biggest market of all, the foreign exchange market, where the dollar is taking a big hit. The euro is back to the highest level since May, 128. And remember, when the dollar goes down, oil prices go up. Look at gasoline futures. Looks like the post-Labor Day rollback in prices has been postponed. A week ago, once the hurricane passed, looked like they were starting to roll back, but today, with this weak dollar and all this talk of Fed stimulus, gasoline's up 3 cents a gallon on the New York market's up 6 cents over the last 2 days. 10-year Treasury's at 167. Ray Hoffman with the Wall Street Journal on WCBS News Radio at 8.
WCBS News Time, 3:27.
At NYU Langone Medical Center, excellence means powerful medicine for every patient, every day. Named one of the best hospitals in America by U.S. News and World Report. Recognized for having the highest standards of quality and patient safety among medical centers nationwide. And recipient of the prestigious Magnet Award for Nursing Excellence. Call 888-7-NYU-MED to find the right doctor for you. NYU Langone Medical Center. Excellence is powerful medicine.
I'm standing in the middle of my almost million-square-foot Bob's Discount Furniture warehouse. I am completely out of room, even though I'm selling record amounts of furniture. It's all the brand-new drop furniture that I still have a load of stock in. Cancel special orders. It all has got to go. I had no choice but to slash the prices and put it in my pit at huge savings. When it's gone, it's gone. Only at my Bob's Discount Furniture in Secaucus, Totowa, North Plainfield, and South Brunswick, New Jersey, and Yonkers, New York.
Con Ed wants more cash from customers. It will ask the state for rate increases for gas, electric, and steam service, but they're not saying at this point how much.
Someone stole 7 motorcycles from a police parking lot in the Bronx, where they were being stored as evidence. The high-end bikes were seized in a sting.
Tarrytown has a new Metro North train station. Ribbon cutting will be next week on the station, which took 3 years to rebuild. Cost $38 million, replacing old and rusty with green and gorgeous. And period lampposts will replace the glare of fluorescent lighting.
WCBS News Time, 3:28. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here's John Grimmeyer.
All right, well, we've got delays in New Jersey. I want to remind you about there was an overturned car on the Turnpike, and that's cleared, but still leftover delays here on a Friday afternoon. It's probably going to get worse here, too. Car and truck lanes headed down towards 8A. It could be up to about 10 miles of stop-and-go traffic. Truck lanes are a little bit better for you. Now, up to the north, things are pretty quiet so far. Tappan Zee Bridge really looks good. Heavy traffic, but at the speed limit, both directions. And we're good through Westchester and Rockland. Only problems in Connecticut is some slow traffic just building up here on the northbound side of the Connecticut Turnpike, and this is from exit 10 to 14 Darien up to Norwalk. And looking on the island, the LIE, northern and southern, all typical. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Things were cleared in Suffolk County by exit 61 on the LIE. Both directions still a bit busy because of an earlier crash. And we are looking good at this point, too, on the LIE westbound side in Queens, but on the Grand Central still backed up at Northern Boulevard with a crash. Traffic sponsored by A&P, Wall Bounce, Pathmark, and the Food Emporium. Save big with their new Rewards Plus Points program, where you earn points on everything you buy. For every dollar spent, you earn single, double, and even triple points to help you save up to 50% of your next shopping trip at A&P, Wall Bounce, Pathmark, and the Food Emporium. It's their biggest and best rewards program ever. Now it's time for WCBS Pinpoint Weather.
Well, here we are Friday, getting geared up for a weekend. The weather outside right now is beautiful. Granted, it's hot out there. Okay, temperatures in the mid and upper 80s, but the skies look nice, and we want this weather to continue right through the entire weekend. Well, that's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, there is a cold front coming to town. Tomorrow starts off okay, partly sunny for Saturday, at least the first half of Saturday. Around 2 o'clock, more clouds, and then there will be a rain chance later in the day. And that rain chance, especially late night tomorrow, is going to be very heavy. Could be on the severe side, and then it's out of here for Sunday. Sunday, we rebound with a partly sunny sky at 77. Monday, partly sunny at 76. In the CBS 2 Weather Center, I'm Lonnie Quinn.
New York's Mega Millions jackpot is now over 100 million. Hey, you never know.
86 degrees and hazy at 3:30.
News, traffic, and weather. On air, online. We are News Radio. WCBS 880.
Good afternoon. It's Friday, the 7th of September. I'm Linda Lopez.
I'm Wayne Cabot. Now the latest from the WCBS newsroom. President Obama tries to put a positive spin on today's bleak job numbers.
World Trade Center number 4 is rising in the shadows of One World Trade and looking quite impressive.
New Jersey logs its first death due to West Nile virus.
And in sports tonight, the Yankees are hoping for a win in Baltimore to avoid falling to second place in the AL East. We have the pregame right here on WCBS at 6:30.
Mets will be taking on the Braves at Citi Field tonight. WCBS News Time, 3:31.
Campaign 2012 on WCBS.
One report, 2 translations. Mitt Romney has this to say about the Labor Department's jobs report.
There are today 23 million Americans. They're out of work or stopped looking for work or underemployed. It's a national tragedy.
The report says only 96,000 jobs were added during August, but the president says at least we're not losing jobs.
Today we learned that after losing around That's not good enough. We know it's not good enough. We need to create more jobs faster.
Unemployment fell 0.2 to 8.1%, but only because more people stopped looking for work.
This Tuesday, on the 11th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, President Obama will stay in Washington. In the morning, a moment of silence on the White House lawn, then a ceremony at the Pentagon, and then he'll visit with wounded service members at Walter Reed. In New York, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano will be at the World Trade Center Memorial.
As the new World Trade Center rises, so does the new Building 4. WCBS reporter Rich Lamb took a tour.
The $2 billion, eventually 72-floor skyscraper in the southeast corner of the original World Trade Center site offers absolutely stunning panoramic views through floor-to-ceiling windows.